And now it's my great pleasure to introduce to you the mayor of the great city of Los Angeles, Eric Garcetti. Eric's focus is on jobs, workforce, and making City Hall business-friendly and improving our neighborhoods. We're all working together on these priorities, and help me welcome Eric.
Sorry. Thank you, Fran. Let's give Fran Inman a round of applause. And a very good evening to the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce, friends, fellow elected officials, titans of industry, workforce developers. The engines of Los Angeles are here today. And I'm so excited to be here with the great leadership of Gary Tobin, a dear friend, somebody I've collaborated with for so many years, and marking and commemorating, it's too bright for me to see him, but I'm sure he's there, Alan Rothenberg, who I'd like to give a special round of applause to for his incredible stewardship of the board, and welcoming Noel Massey, who I know is going to continue in his footsteps and elevate even further the great work of this chamber. Before I go into some remarks that I prepared, I want to update you on an important announcement that I made earlier today. As you know, reforming our great municipal utility, the Department of Water and Power, is a priority for me and my time as your mayor. I believe that every city department provides critical services, but the Department of Water and Power is something all of us in the city of LA feel very immediately. I've focused in my first few months at making sure we had a reform agenda, negotiating together with a union a DWP worker contract that has a new pension tier, real pension reform, and 3 years without raises. I instructed the DWP to start benchmarking itself to look at its performance. And today, I was very proud to appoint or nominate a new general manager for the Department of Water and Power with the toughness and the expertise to see these reforms through. She is Marcy Edwards, and she is here tonight. She's over here someplace. Marcy, stand up wherever you are. Right back there. She started at the Department of Water and Power at age 19, a third generation member of the DWP. Her grandfather's retirement papers were signed by William Mulholland. She started at a time when women didn't do a lot of the jobs that she did, from running steam plants to being a load dispatcher. She became an assistant general manager before heading up the utility at Anaheim, our neighbor just to the southeast. And now she's the Anaheim city manager, but she has agreed to come back home, and I hope that you will all welcome her and support her in her reform agenda at DWP. We're very proud of you, Marcy. As you know, as mayor, my top priority is to get our economy moving again and to make City Hall work for you. The problem isn't Los Angeles. Oh, by the way, I should have said one last thing about Marcy. I asked her, even though she's not on officially today, if she could help us with this drought with a little bit of rain, and she's already producing. So thank you, Marcy, for the rain. Keep it coming. You know, our problem here in Los Angeles isn't Los Angeles. I'm not the mayor of a town that's 10 below zero right now, that is landlocked and doesn't have a great port, an airport, a municipal utility, a place with an undiverse workforce and not a hardworking group of people. I'm mayor of Los Angeles, a place that has the #1 port in America, the #1 airport in the world for flights that begin and end there, the largest municipal utility. We're blessed with great weather. We see the best topography and geography anywhere in the world. And I think that it is now Los Angeles' time to thrive, don't you? We're the western capital of the United States. We're the eastern capital of the Pacific Rim, the northern capital of Latin America. We're at the intersection of what is happening in the global economy. But it's time for us to start putting the pieces together, to bring this incredible creativity that makes us the most visited place in America, that makes us the entertainment capital of the world, that brings research in biomedicine and in aerospace and in now digital technology and green technologies to the forefront. It is time for LA to recognize and to realize its great promise. But we need partnership. I need you. Angelenos accomplish great things. We design rovers that land on Mars. We win gold medals in the Olympics. We make breakthroughs that help hearts heal themselves and AIDS and cancer patients cured. We have companies like Riot Games on the back of just one video game product, which is moving to the city of LA, employing 1,300 people who support 27 million players again, every single day. Do we have any League of Legends players out here? There's one in the back there. Ask him about it. JM Eagle is another great example of Los Angeles, the world's largest manufacturer of plastic pipe, right here in the city of LA, helping us remain the nation's largest manufacturing center, a status that is forgotten too often. And Nasty Gal grew up in just a few years from an Angelino's eBay account into one of the fastest growing retailers in the world, with annual sales of $130 million, footsteps away from this dinner downtown. And while their success and the success of so many of you in this room brings much to our city, jobs, filled storefronts, basic services through the taxes that are paid, there is an opportunity for us all to do more. And I want to lead in front of you, behind you, and alongside you to make that happen. For far too long, City Hall has failed to provide the leadership that can provide the partnership to make these things happen everywhere. For instance, the sort of partnership we see in New York with Cornell that created the New York City Tech Campus on New York City's Roosevelt Island. Don't you think we can finally do this with biotech in East LA? Don't you think that we can do this in South LA by creating a Silicon South full of high school students graduating as computer programmers? Don't you think we can do this by reanimating San Fernando Valley's aerospace corridors? That achievement and these achievements are an incredible testament in other places to what is possible when government and chambers work together. Make no mistake, my call tonight is not for City Hall to step in for the private sector. You provide the jobs, but we can be the catalyst and the convener to making sure that we have a strategy moving forward. LA has done this time and time again. We just announced this week that USA Track and Field will be bringing the marathon qualifying trials here to Los Angeles in 2016. We announced a record tourism year of 42.2 million people here. We're now the safest big city in America in terms of violent crime, which has seen a level so low it was last seen in 1949. We're seeing the rebirth of Hollywood. We're seeing the renewal of downtown, the hottest neighborhood in America. And each of these things is a building block for the future, not of a city in decline, but a city on the rise. So we will do 4 things. We will build with you. We will train your workforce. We will make sure that we market this city. And of course, we will make sure also that we have reduced taxes in LA to become more business friendly. The things that we need to build, just next year, think about it. When we put our minds together, we can build rail from the sand to the symphony, from the beaches to the bars. We will have an exposition line that will open, providing transportation and traffic relief to Angelinos. But we can't stop there. We broke ground on the Crenshaw line to go through South LA, and we will bring rail to LAX. So we are going to continue to build things from the harbor to the airport to the transit infrastructure to our streets. But we also will train people, the workforce that you need. Angelinos need jobs, but too often our workforce system doesn't match jobs with people. So we're changing that under my administration, putting out a new request for proposals for job training that will match people with jobs where you need them. And we're going to focus this summer, and I know there's a lot of exciting things, and I don't care if you talk for the rest of the speech, but this thing, for 1 second, shh, for one moment, if you don't remember anything else the mayor said tonight, this summer, I need your help because we are launching an initiative together in partnership with the Chamber for 10,000 jobs for LA youth in this city. I need your help. I need your companies. I need your openings. I need your internships. I need your pay in the summer so that we can achieve this goal and invest in a new generation of young people who will be matched with those jobs. And secondly, we're going to start matching veterans who are returning home from our wars with jobs right here too. And I've reestablished a veterans office for the first time in the city since World War II. So we'll build things, we'll train people, but I need you too to help in this next budget to reduce our city's business tax. Isn't it time? Isn't it time now for us to make sure Los Angeles is not the least competitive city in this county and one of the least competitive in the country, but with your help, I know we can get there. And I'll close with this. I promise you as your mayor that I will remarket LA. You go around the world and talk to people about contemporary art, all they can talk about is LA. You talk to people in the fashion industry, they're talking about LA. You mention to people what is happening in global trade, they see what is coming through our ports and our airports. You talk to people about public transportation, and they talk about LA. It is time that we market this city from the moment somebody gets to LAX, to the moment they get on a bus, to the moment they leave here, and to each other about the great potential that is Los Angeles. I'm not just the mayor of LA, you're all residents and workers here in LA, the greatest city with the greatest potential anywhere on the face of the earth. So congratulations to everybody tonight. Thank you to the Chamber, and I want to make sure that we turn this city not just into a big city, but a truly great city once again. Thank you so much.